Welcome in to the final MSI Friday of the 2024-25 academic school year. This is Luke Blain, sports managing editor of the Daily Athenaeum, alongside my co-hosts Brian McQuillen, sports features editor of the Daily Athenaeum, sports producer Joey Bray, and sports director of U92, Cam Scott. And fellas, it's been a long ride, but we're at the end, man. All four of us are graduating, for those who may not know that. So this is our farewell to MSI and borderline farewell to student media. I mean, we don't really have that much more going on the rest of the year, but yeah, it's been a heck of a year.
Yeah, I mean, especially for us four. I mean, this year alone, we've had some crazy events to cover with Rich Rod, Neil Brown getting fired, Darren DeVries, that whole situation. So we've been pretty fortunate to be part of student media and cover some really, really cool things. I mean, obviously, some things were cooler than others, but it was a fun year, and I'm excited that I was blessed to do this podcast with you guys. And obviously, the next generation is going to continue to keep MSI going strong. But it's been a fun year, and we've had some really crazy things go on in the sports world in Morgantown.
I struggle to think about how long it actually has been, because it truly does feel like yesterday we were doing the first episode, and we were doing our football preview and cutting together that first promo, and me and Luke getting up in the wee hours of the morning to go interview soccer players at the Coliseum. Like it was. It really was not that long ago, but a lot has happened since then. So, yeah, I think that we have had a more fun string of episodes in the spring semester, adding our fourth voice on here, Joey Bray, with the lack of Touchdown City Tailgate in the spring. Joey had a little extra time on his Fridays to come talk some sports with his buddies. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was really fun. I'm glad you guys brought me on the second half of this year, but it's been a really fun year all around. A couple of head coaching changes, obviously. A lot of head coaching changes. That's going to be like what our tenures are remembered for. I think there are 10 coaching changes in total throughout WVU sports in our 4 years.
Below us, the current juniors will have 4 different basketball coaches.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We at least had
coach every year.
That's
right.
Nuts.
Nuts.
Huggins, Eilert, DeVries, and Hodge.
Wow.
We at least had 2 years. At least we had 2 years of Huggins, but we had 3 in our 4 years, which is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
They'll have 4.
It's so crazy because like the people on our staff who are sophomores never saw Huggins coached.
Right. It's true.
That's crazy.
Even women's basketball too. Like they've seen
all they know
Kellogg, Carey, Don Plitzaway. I mean, it's been, especially on the basketball side of things, it's been a lot of different people leading the way.
I think you're right. I think 10 coaching changes.
Yeah.
Because Baker's been through 8.
It's double digits.
It's double digits.
Wow.
Baker has been through 8 because 3 men's basketball, women's. We tallied this up the other day. Swim and dive, volleyball, baseball, football. That's 8 for Baker. And then before he got here, Plitzaway was hired after Mike Carey. No, I think it's just 9.
Is it 9? I thought it was 10. We're forgetting something.
Are we?
Are you counting Ivory basketball?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it's like 3 different men's coaching changes. It's Huggins to Eilert, Eilert to DeVries, DeVries to Hodge. Trying to think.
This is a really good podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, podcast. There's no website that'll tell me every WVU sport coaching change.
Yeah,
So,
I think it might just be 9.
WVStats.com. That one might. Try that. Do you want to do baseball, Luke?
Yes, absolutely. So a little bit of good, a little bit of bad this past week for the baseball team. UCF sweep over there down in Orlando, Florida. I bet it was really nice playing down there in contrast to the weather we've seen up here, but it's warming up here in Morgantown.
What time? I gotta check the timestamp. 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes before we talk about the weather.
4 minutes.
We got it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
We got it.
We always talk about the weather.
We always talk about the weather
do.
on MSI.
I'll take
really,
it.
really nice outside today, too.
Yeah.
It's going to rain.
nice.
I'm over the rain.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
The rain.
It's going to rain all weekend.
This is a great podcast.
We're doing so good.
We're limping to the finish line.
Yeah, we are. We'll get there. But UCF, 4-1 win on Friday, followed by a heavy-hitting 15-10 victory. That was Lumsden, I believe, who sent home a 3-run homer to really give WVU a commanding lead. Yep, I'm right there. Just had to fact-check that. And then moving into Sunday, capped it off with a 4-3 win. I believe that's the fourth or fifth sweep that they have in Big 12 conference play, and that is magical right there. I mean, they are crushing it so far in the Big 12 Conference. But didn't go as planned on Wednesday down in Charleston, West Virginia at, what field is that they play at down there? Is that
Gomart?
Gomart, yeah, Gomart Ballpark, something like that.
It used to be called something else. People on our staff Joe and I were really fired up about this field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that. Like, just looking at it, it was like, it was all right.
I mean, it's a cool ballpark. It's like in like downtown Charleston.
Yeah, but like Brett and Cody and Roby, that's who you're talking about. All the Hurricane boys, they love that field. Do you know about the Toast Man?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I could write a book on the Toast Man.
They've told me about the Toast Man probably 3 separate times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have like a great aunt that is a huge fan of the Dirty Birds, the minor league team there.
The Toast Man sits behind the home plate with a toaster and throws toast at people that strike out. Or throws toast to the crowd when someone strikes out.
That's just incredible.
And he's like the deputy mayor, I think.
Yeah, he's second in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
like,
crazy.
You only get this stuff in West Virginia.
I was about to say that.
Like
It's
genuinely,
like it's such a West
like,
Virginia thing.
Yeah.
It is a cool park, though. I would like to go someday, maybe. I don't know. I mean, this game is cool because it's the biggest crowd you're going to get. Kendrick Family Ballpark has a pretty high capacity compared to where just about everywhere else Marshall's going to play. It's not getting close to 10,000. Listed attendance at Gomart was 9639, which is that's a big crowd for a college baseball game.
Yeah. Well, West Virginia Marshall's going to bring the fans out no matter what sport it is.
Right, and especially in the capital, like there's a lot of people who go watch.
Yeah.
I'm sure tickets were fairly affordable too.
Yes. Looked like a lot of WVU fans in the crowd too. Like just watching the game. I don't know what like the split was officially, but it looked like a lot of gold and blue compared to green.
I feel like gold and blue just pops out so well on TV in contrast to a lot of other things, so it's always easy to find the WVU fans.
Yeah.
Like a Marshall fan's wearing like a gray T-shirt, you're not really, but like someone wearing a gold hat, you're like, oh, that's Mountaineer.
Yeah.
Like no doubt about
My
it.
favorite fan split debate will forever be the backyard brawl at Archer Stadium. Not the one this past year. I believe it was 2022 when ESPN posted the graphic. It was like, according to SeatGeek, 65% of tickets are owned by WVU fans.
Which like, I've got a lot of questions about that. How are they tracking that?
It's a great stat.
How do they know?
That's a great stat.
It's not a stat.
That's what makes it great.
It's not.
like,
It's just not a stat.
You can't back it at all.
The last 3 innings of that one were tied at 6-6 until a throwing error at third base allowed a Marshall player to score in the 9th, ending the game as WVU got walked off against who a lot of people consider to be little brother over there, Marshall University. And Marshall's on the come up in some sports, so it's kind of, I think that's a loss that WVU. It's one of those games where no matter what sport it is, no matter how good each team's records are, you got to show up and you got to, it's going to be a battle to the end. I mean, WVU, it doesn't hurt them in the Big 12, 16-3. I think they're going to be just fine. Next game is in about 5 hours versus Texas Tech. I don't know who's on the call tonight, but Saturday and Sunday. Joey's on the call tonight?
Joey
Yeah,
and
it's
Sylvie.
me, Tanner, and Sylvie.
That's going to be so good. I love it. I love it.
Tune in.
What one last weekend of broadcasts for you, Joey?
Yeah, it's going to be emotional Sunday, definitely.
Dude, Sunday?
Sunday's like your last. That's it for you. This is the last on. I think this is my last quote unquote on air.
It'll be my last too.
That's my last recap on Sunday, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Sunday's going to suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian and I are.
That's also going to really suck when Saturday gets rained out and you guys have to do 2 games.
Why would you say that?
Because I'm just
Like, that's not even fun. Why would you say that? I can't believe you put that into the
didn't even
universe.
think about the weather.
it's totally going to happen.
No, it won't.
Okay,
No,
it won't.
no,
You're right.
no,
You know what,
no.
Joey? You're right. It won't.
No, it won't.
I thought they were going for a total washout on Saturday.
Is it going to be? I haven't looked.
It's gonna be.
But,
It sa's no rain today.
well, that's good. We'll get in today's
We'll get
game.
today.
Tomorrow, yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not looking too good.
You got to be kidding me.
That's fantastic.
who's board off and it's all
A
all
lot can
freshmen.
change though.
It's Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cody's board hopping. Cody wants to do a good job He was like, I'm gonna board up your game on Sunday. He was like, I'm gonna board up your last game, man. And I'm just like, Cody, I wouldn't want it to be anybody else. I love Cody Burton, man. That kid.
Freshman of the year, man.
Freshman of the year.
He'll
Daily
be on MSI one
Daily
day.
Athenaeum Freshman of the Year.
He won one of our Rookie of the Year awards too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That kid.
That brain. He's got quite a brain. He knows a lot about basketball players that I don't even know exist.
He knows a lot about a lot.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy.
He's going places, man. That kid's going places.
That kid is.
He also wants the ball. We were talking about how we got some people on our staff that want the ball. Cody wants the ball.
Yeah, he does. They're
I'm not sure if he listens
the
to
Jordan
MSI.
Thomas Daily Athenaeum Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, man.
We had our cookout this week, and we like to name our at the DA. We like to name our sports awards after student athletes. So he got the Jordan Thomas Freshman of the Year award at the DA, and obviously in reference to Jordan Thomas's really good year for WVU women's basketball. We got the Kyle Watson Dirty Work Award. Kyle Watson does that dirty work. And
Don't
Emma
forget the
Thomas.
award we got you, though.
Ah, dude, that was just that was awesome. Brian gave me a Cold Stone gift card, man.
Yeah.
I
that warmed my
almost
heart.
brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah,
It was so beautiful.
Well, every single production, it hits like 7 p.m., 6 p.m. Luke's like, who wants to go to Cold Stone?
Yeah.
Sometimes there's crickets.
Sometimes
You could hear a pin drop in that office. And the office has carpeted floors.
Exactly.
So it's like.
But then
you can
Anna would
still
Anna would,
really
Anna would
quiet.
end up going with you.
Yeah,
know,
Anna goes with me. Anna loves Cold Stone.
She does.
But yeah.
Sometimes Luke just needs a little sweet treat. Get him through
Dude,
the rest
I'm
of
telling you,
production.
man.
It's a long night.
Listen,
It is a
dude,
long night.
especially
No shame in that.
In the month of March, man, they get that Lucky Charms ice cream.
Well,
Going.
nobody loves Lucky Charms like Luke Blain. man.
Well, I mean,
The
like
ice cream.
the Lucky Charms ice cream.
Are you a big Lucky Charms cereal guy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really eat cereal as much
Mm.
anymore, but like, dude, the Lucky. I'm being so serious. Like,
I never knew this about Luke.
I'm being
Oh
so
my
serious.
God.
Like,
I feel like every time we get going to MSI, Luke just opens up to us and like get a little latch into his
if
life.
there's any time to do it, it's got to be now. I mean,
Right.
like, there's not much going on in sports. So I think
I know we were doing the memory lane. Maybe my favorite string of episodes was when we did like half an hour on Luke's car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
That was
great.
really good.
Still not fixed, by the way. I went. You know what?
case you
All
were
right, I'll tell
wondering.
you. So listen, dude, my car now. Well, I'm not gonna say what I was about to say, but not that it was bad, but probably don't. Yeah, okay. But I went and got like an inspection done, and they finally told me what they could do. It's at this little shop down in Parkersburg, and they were like, "Yeah, it's your blend doors." And apparently your blend doors, apparently it's like an interior thing that I'm not really sure what they do, but they were like, yeah, there's something wrong with them. And I was like, okay, cool. But they were like, we don't have the parts to fix it. So go to the Volkswagen dealership in Morgantown and we'll figure it and I'm sure you can figure it out there. And I'm like, sweet. So I scheduled my appointment for this past week.
Oh no.
And
I don't like where this is
they
going.
go in and they were like, yeah, man, we inspected, we ran the diagnostics and your blend doors look fine. And I was like, oh, okay. So I
Well,
guess I'll
something's
just have to
wrong
wait
still.
for it to be 30 degrees again.
Oh my
and then my
gosh.
windows
So it's
fog
not
up.
an issue when it's warm though. Like you're
No, it's not.
Okay.
Because it's only when it gets cold and I have the heat on. I've driven back to Parkersburg in like after the double header of basketball games, men's and women's that they did. I forget which games they were, but I stayed all day at the Coliseum it was over Christmas break. And then on the way back, my windows fogged up and then they literally froze and I had to pull
bad.
off to the side of the road.
Dangerous.
And then I had to run it with my AC on, and it's already like 20 degrees outside.
Right.
I'm running it with the AC on and the windows down, so I'm just cold the whole way home, but at least I can see, It's like, there's that. Anyway.
Gosh, Luke.
My
If you
God.
see Luke on the road, give
you-
him space.
If you see me on the road, there's a chance I can't see
Right.
you. So be ready.
Yeah. Well, I do have one thing on this Marshall game. I do want to say.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sure Joey is being a fellow baseball guy at this desk with me. Probably the most frustrating way you can lose a game: throw the ball down the first baseline.
Yeah.
Bad. You don't want to ever see that happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is the second game. I mean, the last time West Virginia played Marshall played them really tough. And it wasn't even like, Marshall was necessarily the better team that night. I thought they were pretty evenly matched. WVU got, let's call it, they got pretty lucky stealing home plate. Last game.
And baseball is definitely one of those sports you got to be lucky to win. Like,
Yeah. And then, I'm not saying Marshall was lucky, but definitely WVU, they made their own mental errors in this one, and that's ultimately the difference in this one. But, I mean, Marshall, I think it was Luke that said Marshall's on the come up in a couple of different sports. This is the best baseball team Marshall's had in quite a few years, and they're only 2 games above 500. But a big win over a nationally ranked WVU team at home. That's definitely big momentum for them. Close out this season and next season. So good win for Marshall. WVU still 37-6 on the season is their overall record. And if they're able to sweep Texas Tech, they will tie the single season wins record for the program.
With 2 more series to play.
Yeah, so they have 10 more games on their schedule as of now. So after this weekend, they'll have 7 more games. So they're, in all likelihood, they're going to break the record.
Yeah. How do they decide who gets to be home and away? We were talking about this on Wednesday. You'd think they'd alternate, but Quinn was telling me that WV was also away in Charleston last year.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that.
Well, it must be since WVU was home, they actually come to Kendrick Family Ballpark, right?
WV played in Huntington also.
This
right?
year?
Yeah. Right?
No, I think it's just the 2.
No, I think they played.
It's a 3-game series they play throughout the
is?
year, yeah.
Yeah, they did play at Huntington.
That's when WV stole
Yeah.
home.
Oh.
That was
I don't know how they do that.
you'd think it wouldn't really make much of a difference, but in baseball it does because home team hits last. So WVU was in another scenario where they got to had the chance to walk it off in the ninth instead of having to try and force it to extras. Yeah.
WVU is still top of the Big 12, 16-3 in the conference. And that final series against Kansas may just be the decider when it comes to who wins that regular season title, because Kansas is 15-6 right now. So WVU has a little bit of a lead, and a couple series to go before them, Texas Tech, and then Kansas State, and then Kansas. But WVU's looking pretty good, guys.
Yeah. As you said, tough loss. But nonetheless, shout out to Steve Sabins. Doing a great job in his first year at the helm. But, yeah, I think it's going to come down to that Kansas series, Luke. They've had a couple, of their 6 losses, like 2 or 3 of them are just, one play, one mistake ended up, costing them. But they also, on the other hand, have picked up some really, impressive wins like stealing home and whatnot. But, yeah, it's going to come down to that Kansas game. But, we've kind of said all year, Luke, that, they got a lot of young guys that they can rely on. Gavin Kelly's been huge for them. And you got your veterans in Grant Hussey, so they got a good mixture of both experience and both guys who really, hit it off from the start as freshmen. And, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out against Kansas. But, I think you got to bounce back after that Marshall loss. It doesn't matter what sport it is. We all know the rivalry between those 2 programs or schools in any sport. And, so I think that they got to just come out firing on all cylinders against Texas Tech tonight.
You can hear that game on the Moose.
Mm-hmm.
Right here,
baby.
U92, the Moose. Tanner is on play-by-play tonight, and then it's going to be myself and Alex Silverman on color commentary, and then I am going to be doing play-by-play tomorrow if we don't get washed out. Right, Cam? Am I doing this right?
Right, Joey.
So if we don't get washed out.
Am I doing this right? Come on.
Sunday doubleheader.
Sunday double. Why? No, do not put that into the universe.
You ever heard of a reverse jinx, Joey? Maybe I'm trying to help you.
You might have to let me do some play-by-play there, Joe.
Whoa.
You might have to. If your voice gets tired, man, I don't know what you're gonna do.
We'll have to give Luke Blain we'll have to split it up evenly. 18 innings of baseball. One day we can do 6 innings each. Play-by-play.
Okay,
That's probably the worst idea
I think I'm going to say no to that.
But, not linear, right? You got to sprinkle mine in here and there. Out of nowhere, I got to do 1 inning, and then it's just, back to your regularly scheduled play-by-play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea.
Texas Tech's coming off back-to-back losses to UTRGV. Let's see what that stands for. University of Texas something. What is this? Brian?
Is that? No, I can't. It actually doesn't say.
I don't even know what the school is. UTRGV. Okay, anyway. Texas Tech coming off back-to-back losses is going to be fired up. They've typically been
Is it Rio Grande? Is that what it is?
Ooh.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure if that
Rio
was...
Grande Valley?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Maybe. That's a good guess.
We'll rock with it.
They're typically Texas Tech. I feel like is one of those mainstays in the Big 12. Joey, they're kind of on a down year. Only 15-26 so far.
Yeah, they're middle half of. I'll say They're not at the bottom of the Big 12.
No.
What am I looking for? Like the middle of the pack?
Houston.
Like bottom of the middle pack. That's what I'm going to call
Towards
it.
towards the bottom of the towards the middle towards the top of the bottom of the pack.
Yeah.
Are we comfortable with that?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. But
I know what
Some
you
hard-hitting analysis here.
yeah, I mean, like I said, Texas Tech coming in 3-game series. It's a sold-out 3-game series at Country
Nuts.
Family
It's gonna be
Ballpark.
nuts.
It's going to be standing room only. There's going
wet.
to be lots of people. No. Stop. I don't like this. It's not fun. We need to do a.
You
Grab
always
your ponchos.
wind people up on Sports Night and stuff all the time. Why can't I do it to you a little bit? I can't get you.
Brett Burner. He doesn't want the ball. He always talks about how I wind people up.
Brett
on
is the
Sports Night.
biggest
But Brett,
if
like,
you're gonna plan a parade,
Brett just
speaking of
throws me
rain,
the lobs, and I just he lets it
was
happen.
being such a Debbie Downer about WVU baseball after that game on Wednesday. Like they're gonna be fine.
He was.
It was a bullpen game. Like Saban was not putting any of his top pitchers out there because it's got a big weekend, Big 12 series. Like that needs to be prioritized. And then Brett's like, the sky is falling.
He was
guy's not
literally
falling.
he was like, Mississippi State head coaching jobs
Yeah,
opening.
he was like,
Saban's
Saban's
going to
gonna
go
leave.
take it. I'm like, Brett,
What?
Brett, it's okay. Calm down.
I was like, oh my gosh, we lost on an. You lost on an air to Marshall. Like it's not.
Brett, they're 37-6.
Yeah. I have more fingers than they have losses this year. Like they're going to be fine.
That's so funny.
Well, baseball. I was talking about this with my roommate. Actually, it wouldn't make any sense for anybody to leave WVU's head coaching job for baseball because, like, where are you going to go? That's in a better situation.
Especially Saban's too, who's been here.
Those
Yeah.
jobs,
Assistant
like
coach.
LSU, Tennessee. I mean, Mississippi State apparently is open. I actually didn't know that.
I don't know if it's apparently it's
South
opening.
Carolina, like
I
those
don't
jobs
know.
don't open up. Like there's not much more room to go like to the top of the sport. It's not like basketball where there's a clear ladder to climb. WVU baseball's in a great spot overall. That new biomechanics center, cool. Sounds very cool. Apparently WVU's got access to stuff that no other team in the country does, which is always cool to hear. But yeah, all right. You want to do what else? Memory lane stuff you got, Lou?
I mean, which team do we think was the most surprising this year? I was thinking about that. I really think it's between like baseball and men's basketball.
I'd say men's basketball.
Surprising. Like, what do you mean surprising? Like, exceeded expectations?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, basketball. Basketball, just that run they went on when they just were knocking off
Yeah.
single-digit ranked teams.
I mean, that whole
one by
season.
one.
Yeah, not even how they played, just like everything that was thrown their way with Tucker DeVries, and then, obviously nobody knew how good Javon Small was. So he took over in that second half of the season, but the whole thing was just a surprise. And the big surprise of them all was not making the tournament because of that whole thing. But that's a discussion for another time.
Football.
Yeah, surprising in a not great way.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say football, but like I didn't want to go there. Honestly, I was gonna say baseball just because I think Steve Saban's coming in year one. Nobody knew what in the world
With a
to
weather
expect.
holtless team, too.
Yeah, with like a bunch of guys that not a lot of fans knew a lot about. I mean, like everybody knew Saban's had been here for a long time, but the players, I mean, obviously everybody's like, well, we might take a step back without weather hole stuff like that. But there have been a lot of guys that have stepped up. I mean, like Gavin Kelly, obviously Skylar King's been great out in center field.
Skylar King is also one of those guys, like, if you know WVU baseball, you know about Skylar King. Like,
Yeah.
this is a bit of a breakout year for him for sure, but
Yeah, they've had a lot of guys. Jace Reinhart, even he's had a really good the hometown kid. So WVU baseball, I think, for a lot of different reasons, has surprised me. I mean, we're talking about a team that has a chance to be the best regular season WVU baseball team of all time, in all likelihood.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I think women's soccer too.
Yeah, I thought about them
Women's
also.
soccer had a good year. And
Well, they just had such a bounce back.
yeah.
Yeah, they were. What was your favorite to cover, guys? I think I know. Me and Luke are gonna have the same answer. Brian, actually, Brian, Luke, and I think all three might have the same answer.
It's hard for me to pick. I really like covering Kellogg.
Yeah. It's.
Women's basketball.
Yeah, I'd say
for me.
women's
I mean,
basketball.
that team is just so much fun, man.
And JJ was here all 4 years. We saw her grow. I was going to ask you guys this too. I mean, we've seen like a lot of good athletes. I mean, I could probably guess who Luke's is, but like, is there like a athlete that like probably doesn't get enough credit that you guys will probably remember? I mean, Luke, besides Pat Sumnick.
Oh, I love Pat.
I know you
Sumnick.
love Pat Sumnick.
I was such a big Pat Sumnick believer.
Sincere Harris is kind of a softball answer, but like that guy was just so fun to watch. Like it truly was a pleasure to watch that guy play basketball,
Yeah.
like in the building.
I love watching Stevenson. I mean, he was a bigger name.
Yeah.
But like there's
Stevenson, yeah.
I loved Roger Stevenson.
Yeah. I guess I didn't cover that team really, but
Who I always thought was underrated was Lee Koba on football. Lee Koba.
He had a big year.
rocked.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Even, yeah.
He,
what about
I
you,
think
Joey? I'm
he-
curious to
He
hear
took
your
my
answer.
answer. I was going to
Really?
say Koba.
You were?
I was
Were you
gonna say Lee
really?
Koba.
Zach Frazier, like that's kind of an easy answer too, because
Yeah.
considering he's playing in the NFL now. But like,
Yeah. Zach Frazier's softball. I was always a big JT Daniels guy, and that might be the craziest thing that's ever said on this podcast. I will stand by it. It was not his fault. Isn't that crazy? Cam hates me for that.
I just like
He hates me for that
I
one.
don't hate you for that.
I remember
That was the moment when I was
Remember that
like,
pass he threw?
we're back.
Remember that pass he threw?
Which one?
You know which one?
That wasn't his fault.
No, the good one in that game.
Yeah, I remember the good
There-
one.
Yeah, that was a really good.
That
throw.
game, I was just, we're back.
I was all the way. I really thought that WV was all the way back after that one, even though they
He
lost.
threw such a good football.
He like that
really
that
did.
game. He never threw the ball as good again as he did.
Nope.
That game.
He sure didn't. Sure. I mean, he was. Oh man, who did it hit? James, right in the fingers, pop right up.
Oh, it was
Bryce Ford Wheaton.
Wheaton.
Oh, Ford Wheaton.
Yeah.
James is one that the touchdown against Virginia Tech and saluted the ROTC members.
that
in
is
the
the
end zone.
Yeah,
funny,
Sam
that is one of
James.
the funniest things that I've ever seen. Why did he
James.
do that?
I
don't know why.
That went viral.
That-
That went really. That went like
Yeah.
exceeded the WVU sports circle like on social media. It went out to like the national scale. Things.
That might be the funniest thing that's ever happened during a WVU game. Like everybody saw that happen and they were like, "What?" They were like, "What's he doing?" he immediately trash talk the ROTC.
the military. What like?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Well, I'm trying to think of some of my favorite moments while covering. I wasn't covering that day.
Oh, I know.
I wasn't covering that day, but the Virginia Tech game our freshman year, whenever
Yeah.
Letty Brown took that big, the
Yeah,
slowest
yeah.
70-yard touchdown you've ever seen, and somehow nobody got
That was awesome. That I was about to say that game was like I talked about a lot on here before. Like being an out-of-state student going to that game, I didn't really understand the scale of Virginia Tech rivalry until I was probably in the stadium.
Yeah,
That was a very cool memory. I also got so sunburnt that day.
I did too.
Yeah,
That day was,
was bad.
it was hot. That was a hot game day.
But thinking of Lee Koba, he was the one against Baylor our sophomore year whenever the quarterback fumbled off of his knee. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That was my first
Was it
ever.
a Thursday?
It was a
game?
Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the
That was a
fir-
wild game.
one of the craziest games I've ever
That
seen.
was
It was the
nuts.
first football game I ever covered. Zach Anderson was the sports editor, and he invited me to come cover the game. And there was a blocked PAT in that game. There was like three interceptions.
Did someone run
really
like
late?
a punt back, or I think someone returned a kick or something?
Tony Mathis took a run all the way up the left sideline late. Like that was
Yeah,
clutch.
yeah.
I,
Was
got
that
something
the
like that.
game Daniels got benched?
I don't think so.
No.
Because I don't know why I think that. I just remember. I didn't mean to cut you off, Luke.
No, you're good.
I remember this one Baylor defensive tackle was a menace that game. Probably had 3.5 sacks, I think, because I've looked this up before. Siaki Ika. He's like a practice squatter for the Browns right now in the NFL. But he was a menace. Nobody could block him that game. That's what I remember about that game.
But I remember like Baylor was probably going to go up like 3 scores. I think WV was down 10. And then all of a sudden the quarterback like scrambles and he just knocks the ball out with his knee. And I think it was Lee Koba who picked it up and took it back. I'm looking up the highlights.
All right, well, Luke's doing that. I think
We could keep talking, but I'm going to watch these
I think my
highlights.
favorite moment covering was Iowa State this year. That was special. That was one of those days where the Coliseum just had a different energy the whole time, like the whole game.
Yeah, Javon Small dunk was electric.
That was
that
like
game.
probably the loudest I've ever heard that building. Well, it's as loud as that building can get. I just remember as the students rushed the floor. I think we talked about this on Wednesday, Joey.
Yep.
There was a little bit of a tear in my eye watching that. Like that's the first time I was like, oh, this is almost over. Like this whole college thing that we're doing, like it almost is coming to an end. And I definitely made a point to like take in that moment and be like, this is a very cool thing that I'm watching right now.
I've done that I've had to do that a few times this year.
JJ
We had our last production this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When women's basketball finished their undefeated season at home, that was one of those moments where I was like, this is crazy. That I got
And
to be,
JJ had like 38 points that game.
Right.
Right.
Unreal. I mean, JJ is easily the player I will remember the most covering.
Yeah,
watching
probably
in my
me
time.
too.
Like
I think just because like I feel like JJ Quinterly like would recognize us from how many press conferences we've sat in with her too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
think so.
But
like, she's one of those. I mean, she was a warrior. Like during her entire tenure here, she played through so many coaching changes, teammate changes, lineup changes. But I mean, she stuck around and she wore
all 4 years of her
flying
degree
with pride.
Yep. Got her degree too. Graduated in December, right?
Yeah, she's in Dallas now, competing for a roster spot.
I think women's basketball. I think this is worth mentioning. Like the last few years, like college women's basketball has just totally exploded, and a big part of that is like the media coverage that comes with it. And it's pretty cool to see that we were part of like that growth of what was kind of a niche sport, which has now gone much more mainstream. I think it's cool that we got to like kind of contribute to that.
And I hope that it keeps growing.
Me too.
I hope that there are still stars. I think like right now, I think women's basketball is relying very heavily on like star power when it comes to media coverage.
Yeah, when you think about it, that's the case with a lot of sports, though. Like it's true with NBA and like
Yeah, it is, but you know,
basketball in
people
general.
don't tune into games in the NBA just to watch players. You know what I mean? Not as
You don't
much.
think?
Not as much anymore.
I kinda think they do.
I feel like that's the main reason they tune in.
I think that could be
I
true
don't
at
know.
the NBA level.
Brian would be more qualified to answer this than any of us.
What
are
do you
doing here?
think?
What's the exact question?
Like, I think that women's basketball is relying very heavily, and I mean, I think this is what you should do starting out, relying very heavily on star power. And I think what I mean to say is I think the NBA you do watch for a lot of stars and like a lot of specific players and just to watch them play, but at the college level, it is
The college level, yeah.
The college level, I think it is purely like team versus team.
to a degree. There's exceptions.
Yeah.
Like Cooper Flag would be an exception.
Yes, Cooper Flag.
But yeah, I was gonna say with the NBA, it's like that's why you see like teams like the Spurs where like they don't make the playoffs, but they have like 20 national televised games because people want to tune into Wemby as opposed to like a team like the Rockets where they were the 2 seed.
Yeah.
I can't name how many Rockets can I name?
I can name two.
Van Fleet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Van
one. That's
Fleet.
one. That's one.
Steven Adams and Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, I don't know who
Yeah.
those guys are.
Anyone-
Dylan Brooks.
yeah.
is
Steven
not that name.
Adams?
I know. Steven.
I love Steven.
That's
Where did Dylan Brooks go to college?
Oregon.
Right.
Yeah,
Steven Adams
Yeah.
went to Pitt.
Oh.
he did go to Pitt.
Yeah.
Man.
That dude is only like 31 years old. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
Steven Adams.
He got drafted when he was like, he was young.
Yeah, he was,
probably
like,
like
really
one of
year
like the
10,
19-year-old draft picks.
Yeah. He's
Anyway,
from New Zealand.
like
too.
you're saying, like women's basketball needs to find their next page backers. Is that what your call to action right here?
Well, I'm hoping that we see more of a fan shift to where we start watching the game for the game and not just to watch
Yeah.
specific players. I
But
hope
I think
that because I mean, how many more big names? Like, say you have a down year where there's not like this crazy big name who's going to come in.
If Juju Watkins is healthy, it'll be her.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I think my counterpoint to that, Luke, would be like, as long as people are tuning in, that's a good thing. I think
Exactly.
whatever's going to
No,
get people
I
to turn the
think so,
channel to women's basketball, like
Yeah.
that should
Yeah.
be
Well, yeah.
taken away as a positive, regardless of. I mean,
Yeah. No, exactly.
Well, I get what you're
Why
saying
is it on the game
because
doesn't
obviously Caitlin Clark and then Paige Beckers, and obviously them both in the league, which is going to help the WNBA a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think going back to your point about the NBA, it is different because like I will kind of go back to your point like the NBA. It's tough because like people don't really tune into the regular season because honestly, rightfully so, because stars are like resting and whatnot. Yeah. But I think that women's basketball obviously took a big leap this year, and it was cool to see JJ Quinterly and the whole team, honestly, our junior year compete. That was one of the most watched NCAA tournament games when they played Caitlin Clark in Iowa. Obviously, Luke, you were there experiencing that, but that was a really cool moment, and I think that. It probably will be Juju Watkins this upcoming season if she's healthy. I know she tore ACL.
I think something that kind of hurts her is she plays on the West Coast. Like no one's up for those games. You know,
Yeah.
like people say Christian McCaffrey should have won the Heisman over. Oh no,
Is that Derrick Henry's year?
yeah, because Derrick Henry played in the Eastern Time Zone and
Yeah, I
McCaffrey's
remember
out
the
to
time
Stanford.
zone debate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not it shouldn't be like a make or break thing, but it's worth mentioning. Like having your star be on the West Coast. I mean, maybe this is just East Coast. My East Coast bias showing probably is, but
No, I don't. I mean, like,
I think it's a fair argument.
yeah, Caleb Williams won the Heisman, USC.
Right, that's true.
Travis Hunter, West Coast.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
yeah, but then like I can name you 1,000 Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan
Yeah.
that all play on this side of the country.
There is like kind of a shift going on though, with like the Big Ten.
It's all
those teams
realigned
out
with the current
west.
state of college athletics and everything.
Yep, buzzword.
Do you know they want to name a podcast that? Did you hear?
What?
Brett and Matt want to do a podcast called "The Current State of College Athletics" as an homage.
That I know they're going to do a college football podcast.
That's
That
what
is
they wanna
way
call
too
it.
long of a podcast name, but
Oh, literally.
I like it. I like it. They can call it the current state or something.
Oh, I like that. The current state.
Current state, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. It
Okay.
was not Lee Koba who recovered that fumble and took it back. I want you to take a guess who it was.
Oh my goodness. I couldn't even
Can I get a
tell
position?
I think like linebacker, either like linebacker or spur or like one of
Oh,
those
no.
weird positions.
That doesn't help me as
No.
much as I
It's
thought it was
definitely
going
not a
to.
defensive back.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Not a defensive back, not a lineman. I'm pretty sure it's a linebacker.
Who was a linebacker on those teams? You got me thinking about this too hard now. I don't know. You're gonna have to
I have
give
no
it to me.
idea.
I
It's
don't know.
Jazir Cox.
Oh, I
He was fun. He was fun.
I saw his name come up on the touchdown graphic, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was,
Can't believe they had that made.
yeah, I'm trying to remember some of those early players. Like, I really didn't follow the football team as much my freshman year.
Stills.
Oh yeah, still.
Jared Dagey, man.
Jared.
It was
Dagey.
rough freshman year.
Yeah, they were
it was
bad.
Letty Brown was like the best player on the team.
Was Caden Prather in that? Oh, was he our sophomore year?
Caden Prather was on the team, but he was there. He was here.
So he got drafted in like the 7th round.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like a good player.
He was like, what was he, like 6'5"? He was a big frame, I think, right?
I remember like my second day of class here. I was in line. I was in the Chick-fil-A line behind Jackson Jefferson. Was that his name? D lineman. He wore number 95.
I think you got that right.
And his calves were the size of my head.
Yeah.
Just the biggest. Like the first time I'd ever been that close to a D1 football player. Just that was a big like. Oh, you're at a big football school now. These guys do not mess around.
Yeah,
These football players in high school are like you just sit in. They're normal people.
Yeah, they're like-
and then you go to.
You could see guys like my height and weight
Right.
playing like.
I mean, we could have played for high school.
like at high school in West Virginia.
You're good at pushing people. That's where they're going to put you.
Yeah,
But like,
exactly.
that was a big welcome to West Virginia moment. And now I'm
Yeah.
about to graduate. Golly.
How about that?
Yeah,
Time flies.
it does fly. What time are we at, Cam?
We're at 37 minutes.
37 minutes.
We can wrap this up.
I think we
We
probably
could do the whole memory lane thing like all day though.
I could. I absolutely could.
There's got to be a big one we're forgetting. We covered together.
My favorite part was one of my favorite experiences. Probably, I was a big Josh Eiler fan, so him beating Kansas. I was with covering the game with Tanner, and me and him have we'll just say we have our opinions about Bill Self, and it was cool to.
Is that when you guys
experience
held hands?
Yeah. It was really emotional. And then we celebrated at Texas Roadhouse, so it was a good day. But like, hey, Josh Eiler was 2-0 against Kansas and Texas. Say what you want about that year. That's I think as West Virginia fans, we would have taken. I'm not saying the season as a whole, but hey, a wins over Kansas and Texas is a pretty cool thing to experience. And we got to storm the court, so
Yeah. Josh Eilert should absolutely be remembered as
a legend.
a legend for WVU. I really do think that.
We was here for 18 years.
Not in terms of like the results that he got, but like stepping up into that position, and you could tell it was intimidating sometimes the way he talked about it, but
Considering the circumstances, it absolutely had to be
absolutely.
intimidating.
I mean,
Yeah.
within 2 weeks, all of a sudden, you are taking over West Virginia University directly after one of the biggest names the sport has ever seen, not even just West Virginia. But so many people know Bob Huggins. And I always thought he did so with class. I thought he did great. He was always great to the media, student media. And, I mean, I think he got everything out of that team that he could. And, obviously it wasn't the year that fans wanted, but, I'm sure he should be remembered fondly.
He is. The way that like some of the Utah players were talking about him, like walking around the building with Eiler, like he was getting stopped by everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, what a ride. What a 4 years. What a year it's been of MSI.
What a year.
Go back and listen to the Marcus Caldera interview.
Yeah.
It's like one of the best pieces of content that I got to be a part of.
I loved it.
Very cool.
I loved it. The men's soccer team, being able to cover them, I can't not mention the tennis team. The tennis team is where I got like my start, basically.
That's where you fell in love with covering
That is
the Mountaineers.
That is where I fell in love with covering the Mountaineers. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just wanted to find a team to kind of like dive into and start covering. And I played tennis in high school, so that was the easy pick for me. And from the very first match I went to, I was like, college tennis rocks. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And as time went up, my first ever coach interview was Michal Lisats, the head tennis coach, and my first ever player interview, one-on-one interview, was Nastia Babalskaya, who had her senior day my freshman year. And it's been so fun to see those players develop and grow, and know that I'm developing as a journalist and a media member at the same time. So that's been a great ride too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I could top that, Luke.
Uh-oh.
I was just, hey, I did promise you I'd go to a tennis match with you. And
You did?
I did.
You did?
I went, and that's what I'm going to remember most, is going to a tennis match with Luke.
Well, if you want to keep up with us,
Yeah.
follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm CamScott02. Luke's I'll let you say your name.
Blain, I think, is my Twitter.
Mine's Brian MCQ5, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Joey Bray or Steelers by Joey, whatever you prefer.
I love Steelers by Joey. But no, I do want to say, I remember 2.5 years ago, Tanner Enyart, I had gotten promoted to the sports editor, and Tanner Enyart comes up to me and he's like, I have this idea to do this. And I think it might have been in the works with Zach Anderson as well, whenever he was sports editor. But it came to me and he was like, we got to do this. We need some more cohesion between U92 and the DA. And I was like, you're absolutely right. And then, he took the reins on it for the first good bit for the past, year and a half. And then I got to step into the driver's seat with Cam and Brian this year. But it was, I got to thank Tanner Enyart for that. I got to thank everybody here at Student Media. I got to thank all the coaches, players, SIDs who put up with us trying to schedule interviews. And, it's been an awesome ride, and this has been such a highlight of my time at WVU, and I'm super, super excited to see where the next guys take it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm always going to be listening. I'm always going to be watching. My message would be, I guess, to just keep supporting student media and keep supporting us in what we do here, because there are experiences that I have here that I would never trade for the world, people I've met that I would never trade for anybody else. And it's been one heck of a ride, and thank you for listening. Thank you for reading.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people say student media matters, but it's true. Like the experience we get from this, will carry us in our professional careers. Like even if we don't necessarily turn into big J journalists, like you might be envisioning right now, like the work experience and just the people skills that come with it. Like being in this job I definitely learned a lot, not even from like a journalistic standpoint, but a lot about like myself and how to work with others and like what it means to be in a leadership position and things like that. But I like that sentiment, Luke. Keep supporting student media. Just because we're leaving doesn't mean you need to too. Yeah. There will always be another class under us. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Luke said it really well. Keep supporting student media. There are a lot of experiences that I've had here. Going to Acrisure Stadium and to call the backyard brawl. That's going to be my favorite moment that I have as student media forever. That's something that I'll never forget, getting to do that game with Tanner Mounts, and that was a really good game. When they handed out the awards for the year, Tanner and I were honored to receive the broadcast of the year for our coverage of the backyard brawl. So that was a really cool full circle moment. That was my moment where I'm like, man, this is over. But it was there are a lot of cool experiences here, a lot of cool people I met. Thank you guys for having me on this, as always. Yeah,
of course, brother.
Yeah, I'll say quick too. Luke, we also, as sports editors, even dating back to the last couple of 2 years, we got to travel to Kansas City, which was cool, to broadcast those games and experience that with Tanner Enyart, guy who really set the foundation for the sports department here at U92. But yeah, it's been great. I met my best friends, got some really cool relationships with people of all ages, even people dating back to my freshman year. But yeah, I'm gonna miss it a lot. Luke, you could attest to this as well. Like those long nights of production aren't the easiest, but that's probably the stuff I'll probably cherish the most, because we really got to go through the struggle, go through the challenges with 10 of our closest friends, and it's something I'll never forget. And I can say I never took that for granted. We work hard here, with all the capstones and whatnot, but those are the stuff I'll miss the most. And it's been a pleasure doing this podcast. I've been able to hop on episodes the last 2 years, and obviously this year had a great time doing it from the get-go in August.
Absolutely. So if that's all we have to say, I think we can put a ribbon on this. And thank you all again for listening. And for Joey Bray, Cam Scott, Brian McQuillen, this is Luke Blain. And for the final time, this has been the Mountaineer Sports Insight.